All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles. Salute you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. This video says Doomsday clock ticks closer to midnight. This has just come up about an hour ago. Manchester Evening News. So it's on one of your main news outlets. You know, it's not like alternative media or nothing, you know. So let's hear this. Let's hear what he's saying. Where they and you know what I noticed is on the comment boards, there's a lot of people just like mocking it. So let's because a lot of people don't know what's going on. So let's play this.
It is the determination of the Science and Security Board of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists that the world has not made sufficient progress on existential risks threatening all of humanity. We thus move the clock forward. In setting the clock closer to midnight, we send a stark signal. Because the world is already perilously close to the precipice, any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning. Every second of delay in reversing course increases the probability of global disaster. It is now 89 seconds to midnight. This is the closest the world has ever been to midnight. We set the clock closer to midnight because we do not see sufficient positive progress on the global challenges we face, including nuclear risk, climate change, biological threats, and advances in disruptive technologies. The countries that possess nuclear weapons are increasing the size and role of their arsenals, investing hundreds of billions of dollars in weapons that can destroy civilization many times over. Meanwhile, arms control treaties are in tatters, and there are active conflicts involving nuclear powers. The world's attempts to deal with climate change.
Will there be now? A lot of what he's saying, if you unravel it, the climate agenda thing, is an agenda to control everybody through technology and stuff like that. For the smart cities, the grid, the AI, using the whole fossil fuel energy thing. They're saying that the earth's polluted through, you know, what they're using currently and all that, the pollution and all that. That's why the cars are going electric. So they're saying that the world's polluted, so they need to come with a, you know, this is happening, fossil fuels and, you know, global warming, all that sort of stuff. Ice is melting, all that. So they're saying all that because then they're saying, well, that's a crisis of humanity. So all these humanitarians, which is Masons, Satanists and all that, pretty much they're saying, well, we're going to come with a solution, which is that smart grid, all right, with the technology. So that's why they actually banned petrol and diesel cars. I think they're banned by 2030, or someone said 2035, but I think it's 2030. So all cars will be electric, and actually they were saying this year. There's reports that were saying this year, and for different things, I found reports that were saying, see, this is what they do. They'll say 2030, and then they'll turn around. There'll be a report that's not public, not as big out there, and I caught this on the news. So we're just watching what's happening right now on the global scale, global world scale. We're seeing a lot going down. And all these things are biblical, right? The chaos, the outbreaks, the diseases, all that. So let's carry on.
Change remain inadequate, as most governments fail to enact the financing and policy initiatives necessary to halt global warming. 2023 was the hottest year on record, by far, and 2024 was even hotter. Advances in an array of disruptive technologies, including biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and in space, have far outpaced policy, regulation, and a thorough understanding of their consequences. All of these dangers are greatly exacerbated by a potent threat multiplier: the spread of misinformation, disinformation, and conspiracy theories that degrade the communication ecosystem and increasingly blur the line between truth and falsehood.
Hey, through conspiracy theories in there. It said who these guys are, these individuals here. Now, by the way, is World War III going to take place? Yeah, damn sure is. Let's get a quick scripture on the nukes. Okay, Isaiah 47:13. Thou art wearied in a multitude of thy counsels. Okay, that's their agendas, the Illuminati and their different cults, lodges, and stuff like that. Now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So that World War III nuclear destruction is the end of their system. It's the end of the modern day Rome, it's the end of America, and it's the end of the beast system as well. NATO and all that. And by the way, when the Lord Yahushua comes back, comes back in his ships, so-called UFO. He will be zapping, all of those troops of Europe. Okay, the troops, army troops and whatnot. And actually, you read on earlier, Isaiah 43, it goes into it. Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, because it's coming as like an angelic force. It says, it says 14, Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, for the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. What's it talking about? The thermonuclear destruction. I have 15, a good verse. But let's do this. Let's get Isaiah. Isaiah 96, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And there's a few scriptures that talks about this final World War III is going to be with fuel of fire. Right? That's why you got something called the lake of fire in the book of Revelation. Now, what I'm going to do, so you've got a global war that's getting ready to happen, which America is going to be the fatality in that. Let's play this, because you got China, Russia, you got BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, another country in that actually. Got a few, but they're their main ones. There's a few there. Let's carry on here.
Between truth and falsehood. A statement summarizing these concerns is now available.
Yeah, that whole conspiracy view. You've got conspiracy facts. I keep saying conspiracy theories, well, what about the conspiracy facts? Anything that's a conspiracy is a theory, man. So if someone conspires to do something, then it's just a theory. That's crazy, man.
At thebulletin.org. All of us need to help raise the alarm. Our fervent hope is that our political, civic, cultural, and business leaders take bold action to reduce these threats and turn back the hands of the doomsday clock. Before we turn to questions from
No, you can't do that, man. The scripture says we would have healed Babylon. You can't turn back that clock. You cannot turn back that clock. He said about turning back that clock. That's not going to happen. Let's get this. Wait there. Let's see what we. There's quite a few scriptures on that. But when the missiles are shot, this ain't going to be turned back. Okay, let me. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Modern day Babylon is America, alright? That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Is it not America in all these countries all over the world and all that, and all these other nations, Middle Eastern nations and all that, you know, and you got Iran. They're all against America. So, you know, because you got people that say Babylon is the Vatican. Well, just that alone disproves that. So Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hell for her, take balm for her. If so be she may be healed. Like you said, we got to heal it, we got to turn it back. Let's get that.
Of the doom. Our fervent hope is that our political, civic, cultural, and business leaders take bold action to reduce these threats and turn back the hands of the doomsday clock. Before we turn to questions...
So you're on borrowed time. So, you know, it's inevitable. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hell for her, take balm for her. Okay, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, so there's nothing you can do. It's written in the scriptures. It's sealed. You know, that's what's happening. There's no turning it back. Everything written in the scriptures will come to pass. It's called prophecy. The words of the Lord, yeah, of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So let's read. Let's go back here.
Of the doomsday clock. Before we turn to questions from the press, I'd like to ask the former president of Colombia, Nobel Peace Laureate, and current chair of the elders, Juan Manuel Santos, to share his perspective on the time of the doomsday clock.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This clock is a stark diagnosis of our reality. At 89 seconds to midnight, the doomsday clock stands closer to catastrophe.
By the way, why have they got a doomsday clock? For you people on the comment boards, oh, it's a comic show. The joke's on you. Because y'all ain't deep, y'all don't know what the fuck's going on. The joke's on you, man. This is serious. The doomsday. I thought I could do a video on that. Doomsday. What is doomsday? And why are they using the term doomsday? if the spirit jumps on me to do that, I'll do a longer show going into that Doomsday, right? But let's hear what Juan Manuel Santos is saying.
Than at any moment in its history. The clock speaks to the existential threats that confront us and the need for unity and bold leadership to turn back its hands. 2024.
The scriptures about when the nukes are shot, they won't be turning back.
Was the hottest year on record, unleashing devastating climate shocks that destroyed lives and livelihoods across the globe.
So, let's get this. Where is it at? Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. Let's get this one.
89.
So, this is what's happening, man. You know, you're gonna have all out chaos, states of emergency, you know, going on. That's how they're gonna implement martial law anyway, and also deceive people through fear and through slickness and through promise of benefit and good things to get the RFID mark of the beast grid checkpoints, but before all that they need the absolute chaos. But chaos is the time that we're in right now. And that's why the scripture said that the Lord will begin to judge the earth which he made, because we're in a time of chaos. Disease outbreak, lockdowns, you know, wars, class wars. There's so much stuff going on here. Protests, farmer protests. You know, the stuff they're talking about. World War III. You know, net zero, the mark of the beast, all this. So he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So that's what's going on. Okay, the Lord is...
It is now 89.
Lord is beginning to judge the world which he made. So these rulers, these leaders, matter of fact, they're going to be, well, the super elite are going to be hiding when the Lord comes. All right, that's in. I keep doing that. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, there's protests every week. Right now, there's just protests all the time. In the city, all globally. Globally, there's protests. Especially in the UK, they've got them protests going on in the central London area. And they're always near where Buckingham Palace is at and all that sort of stuff. But every week, protests. Farmer strikes, people going outside of houses of parliaments, people up in France uproars over the politics and all that. Then they got the left-right paradigm that they're using against the people. You know, Hegelian dialectic, class wars and all that. And they own both parties. And they make you fighting over a party. Okay, so I'm going to do this.
It is now 89 seconds.
So, you know, are we in the last days? And are we close to that destruction? Are we close to that chip of 100%? 2025. You know, look what's going down. You know, and like I said, this is serious business. It's not a joke. But that's what the people like. Some not much comments, but you know, stuff like this scares people, so they can't cope with it. So they just start making jokes because they're weak. You know, they're really weak. But we read into you what's going down out and what's really popping. It's time for judgment. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And by the way, it's the end for this system here. They're the ones who are going to be taken out of that power seat. You know, so you know, pretty much, you know, that's where we're at with this. You know, I'm gonna close this one out. I pretty much played the whole video, and that's just, you heard what they said.
It is now
That's it.
89.
So I'm just stopping this so you can see what they're doing here. But you heard what they said, and the reasons why they said that it's at this. I know this, you know, the RFID market beast comes with economy change from to the digital, you know, economy crash, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, you know, I'm gonna close that one out. So